The Rock to lead mega faction against SmackDown stars. Released WWE stars offered help. LA Knight almost got fired because of Vince McMahon. Matt Riddle slaps Gunther backstage amidst alleged real-life heat. Why did WWE consider a network change for SmackDown? Jey Uso takes released WWE stars name to Roman Reigns. Let's jump right into it. Released WWE stars offer help. The WWE UFC merger was completed on September 12th, earlier this month. The Stanford-based company is now looking to implement cost-cutting measures, which would naturally happen following such a deal. After several employees were laid off earlier this week, the company has turned its attention to trimming the talent pool. In these testing times, the released stars have been offered help to help them move on with their careers. Major stars, including the likes of Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, and Elias, were recently released by the company. An Orlando-based photographer, Harry, has recently offered help to the released stars. He has provided discounted sessions for those looking for ownership of professional images for the next stage of their careers. I offered discounted sessions to recently released WWE talent who want ownership of their professional images on the next stage of their career. Based in Orlando, upcoming session in Boston as well. Email me at harry@harryaron.com to book a session, Harry shared. It will be interesting to see what's next for these talented stars. The last 24 hours have seen many WWE stars released by the company following the Endeavor takeover, completed earlier this month. Following the unfortunate news, most fans have shown their support for the released stars. However, some feel that this was the right decision made by the company. Kayla Braxton has now sent a strong message to fans who are glad by the releases. Some of you are sad sacks of poo emoji. For anyone to say that they're glad certain people are losing their jobs, or for you to tweet that you hope one of us gets it next. I hope karma hits you harder than the most devastating wrestling move ever could. That's so gross. Be better, she shared. We wish those affected all the best for their future endeavors. What did you make of the talent releases made by the company so far? Let us know in the comments section below. LA Knight almost got fired because of Vince McMahon. WWE released multiple stars over the course of the day, but as it turns out, although LA Knight was spared, he had almost been fired because of Vince McMahon a while back. The star, who has quickly become popular on the roster, was apparently not a favorite of Vince, according to Mansoor. Among the names released today were Mansoor and Mace. The two were formerly in a faction with LA Knight, but that never ended up taking off, with Knight eventually going solo. The two members of the Maximum Male Models spoke about their former faction members shortly after they were released. They were on a Twitch stream, talking about their time in WWE and discussing various superstars and their attitude. They focused on Knight and said they had no heat with the star despite him leaving their faction and quickly becoming one of the top names. Mansoor said that LA Knight was very close to getting fired. Vince McMahon apparently did not like him at all as Max Dupree, and it was getting to a bad place. He was going to get fired. He was this close to getting let go. For whatever reason, Vince hated his Max Dupree vignettes. He wanted him to be a sniveling little scummy agent. He's a Chad. He's a Jack Chad. So that was never the right role for him. However, he added that LA Knight made the best of what he had and got himself over, for which Mansoor had nothing but the deepest respect for him. He took the best of a really bad situation. He strapped himself onto his own rocket and shot up when no one was helping him. I'll always have respect him for that. With Mansoor and Mace released, the two were still in good spirits and shared fun stories from their time in the company. Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle challenge for Judgment Day's WWE Tag Team titles. Drew McIntyre recently opened up about the possibility of him and Matt Riddle challenging for Finn Balor and Damian Priest's WWE Tag Team Championship. The unlikely duo of Riddle and McIntyre has been a hit with fans. Apart from having great chemistry as a tag team, they are also immensely entertaining. Though the original Bro has been absent for the last couple of weeks, fans can expect him and the Scottish Warrior to get back in the thick of things soon. In an exclusive interview with Jigal Banashali of Sportskeeda Wrestling ahead of Superstar Spectacle 2023, Drew McIntyre was asked about him and Matt Riddle contesting for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. McIntyre mentioned that though he does not have any vendetta against the Judgment Day, a feud between the two sides was possible due to Riddle's issues with the faction. Well, it's a possibility. I don't think Judgment Day gave sick, me and in grief. May have walked out one time when I was talking and Rhea, and I had a little bit banter on the microphone. But I have not had too much involvement with them. I know Riddle has, and we'll see how things work out, said Drew McIntyre. Though he's teamed up with Matt Riddle these days, the Scottish Warrior is not interested in forming his own faction in the global juggernaut. While chatting with Riju Desgupta of Sportskeeda Wrestling, Drew McIntyre mentioned that he did not have good experiences with stables, recalling his history with the Bloodline. I don't know, I've always felt more like a lone wolf, and I have noticed that a lot of people have been forming factions and using it to their advantage. You mentioned the Bloodline. There's a reason why I wasn't giving Jey Uso a big hug when he showed up on Monday Night Raw, because he was kicking my head for 6 months straight and making sure I didn't become the undisputed champion. I just can't imagine myself in a group right now, said Drew McIntyre. It remains to be seen if McIntyre and Riddle will challenge Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles once the original Bro is back. Do you think the pair of McIntyre and Riddle will take on Finn Balor and Damian Priest? Sound it off in the comments section below. Matt Riddle slaps Gunther backstage amidst alleged real-life heat. Matt Riddle has been dealing with quite a few controversies lately. The Raw superstar was allegedly sexually harassed at the John F. Kennedy International Airport by a staffer. The latest rumor swirling on the internet is that he slapped Gunther backstage amid rumored real-life heat. The rumors have no credibility and were falsely attributed to Mace of Maximum Male Models Twitch stream. Someone on social claimed Mace and Mansoor discussed the backstage scuffle between Matt Riddle and Gunther on their Twitch stream. Mace and Mansoor did trick people into believing they were shooting on their former co-workers. They had nothing but praise for LA Knight and Maxine Dupri. They said Meg got over on his own and made the most out of the Max Dupri gimmick, even though Vince McMahon hated that character. As far as the Matt Riddle situation is concerned, the original Bro was quietly removed from television in the wake of his allegations against the JFK airport staffer. He was last seen on the September 4, 2023 episode of Raw. The original Bro teamed up with Drew McIntyre against the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, in a tornado tag team match on the Red brand. The pair lost the match to the Raiders due to an accidental distraction by the New Day's Kofi Kingston. Matt Riddle was expected to work the September 18, 2023 episode of Monday Night Raw. PW Insider reported at the time the former United States champion was not seen backstage before the show. The report led fans to believe that WWE might be done with Riddle. His name is heavily rumored in the latest slew of budget cuts, but that didn't happen. It is worth mentioning that former champions Dolph Ziggler and Shelton Benjamin were among a handful of names released from their contracts on Wednesday. Fans might have to wait some time to know about Riddle's future with WWE. Why did WWE consider a network change for SmackDown? The past 24 hours have been quite significant for WWE. A Stamford-based promotion officially revealed Elimination Chamber 2024 will be at a massive stadium in Perth, and unfortunately, the promotion released numerous superstars from the main as well as the NXT roster. The biggest piece of news that will affect the company in a long term is perhaps the announcement regarding Friday Night SmackDown's future. Starting from October 2024, the Blue brand will no longer be airing on Fox Sports. Instead, it will return to the USA Network. Allegedly, WWE will see a considerable uptick in rights fees, earning more money than ever once the move becomes official. There have been rumors that FLX was unwilling to negotiate the amount of money the company hoped to earn, which could have contributed to the decision. However, there could be other reasons for the move as well. While airing on FLX means more potential viewers, it also means preemptions due to sporting events. SmackDown will be moved to Fox Sports 1 a handful of times this fall and winter. These changes are unlikely to happen on USA Network after the move becomes official in 2024. Another issue with FLX's timing. SmackDown had to be aired on Fridays due to Fox's schedule. There is a possible chance that the Blue brand could remain on Fridays or even move to Thursdays next year. Moreover, USA Network and WWE have the option of making SmackDown a 3-hour show. Fox could not do the same due to the local news airing after the 2-hour event each week. While it may appear like USA Network will have the prowess to broadcast Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, that may not actually be the case. A new report from the Hollywood Insider stated that Raw and NXT may move elsewhere. While the new deal will bring WWE, NBC Primetime, and SmackDown to USA on Friday nights, it will also mean the end of Raw and NXT on USA. A source familiar with the Raw discussions tell Hollywood Reporter that the market for the program is extremely active, with traditional linear networks, streaming services, and unexpected players all interested. Many fans are speculating where Raw and NXT could land. There is a chance that the two brands could show up on Amazon Prime or some other streaming network. They could also join Disney's network of channels such as ABC or ESPN. Everything seems to be a bit of a mystery for now. NXT and Raw could be packaged together or sold separately. Regardless, the two major programs are likely to make a lot of money for World Wrestling Entertainment in 2024. Triple H, Nick Khan, and Vince McMahon have a lot to look forward to. Which network is likely to broadcast WWE SmackDown? Sound off in the comments section below. Jey Uso takes released WWE star's name to Roman Reigns. Jey Uso apparently had some big praise for a released star in front of Roman Reigns. Mansoor and Mace hosted a Twitch stream after their WWE releases. The duo talked about their time in WWE and shared many memories. The former shared a wholesome memory involving Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Mansoor had nothing but good things to say about Jey Uso. He revealed that Jey once praised him while talking with Roman Reigns. Here are Mansoor's comments. "We got back after a long night out with the Usos and a bunch of people. But we drive back in a cab, Amsterdam or something, in a car with Jey. Jey's ready to go to bed. It was the last night of the tour. We had a flight at like 5 a.m. the next day, and we get sick back at 3 a.m. We get to a lobby and he pulls us in. He looks at me and he goes, 'Hey Mansoor, you're one of the best guys here.' Like, really? Yeah, you know, when Big Use Roman asks me, 'Who's next, Use?' I say, 'Hey, Mansoor's next, Use.' I was like, 'Really? Me?' Mace and Mansoor also praised Jimmy and stated that the twins always treated them well. The Usos are seasoned veterans of the business and have been with WWE for more than a decade at this point. As for Mace and Mansoor, the duo will keep streaming on Twitch in the near future. Their fans would love to see them compete someplace else now that they're done with WWE. Share your reaction to Mansoor's claim about Jey Uso heaping praise on him. The Rock to lead mega faction against SmackDown stars. The Rock may not be advertised for Fastlane, but that doesn't mean he cannot show up unannounced like he did on SmackDown last week. Could the Great One appear on WWE's upcoming premium live event for a blockbuster match against stars from the Blue brand? Let's discuss the possibility. Having The Rock reunite with John Cena for another tag team match would be a dream come true for many WWE fans. Add LA Knight to the mix, and you may have one of the hottest trios in the history of professional wrestling. Their opponents could be Solo Sikoa, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. The match may look great on paper, but it's unlikely to happen at Fastlane or any premium live event, at least in the near future. Rock's latest SmackDown appearance was probably one-off, and a superstar of his status is usually expected to work either Raw, SmackDown, or one of the big four shows. On the other hand, John Cena is reportedly set to work at WWE Fastlane 2023. The Summation leader could main event the show with AJ Styles against Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso. The match was teased on the September 15, 2023 episode of SmackDown. Rocky returned to SmackDown last Friday to a massive pop from the crowd. Backstage footage showing the Great One moments before he walked through the curtain went viral on the internet minutes after the unannounced appearance. The People's Champion also reunited with John Cena during a backstage segment. The Rock told him that he could see his smile. The Summation leader nodded and welcomed him home with a hug. The duo had previously shared the ring at WrestleMania 32. John Cena will be on SmackDown this Friday as well.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for